Hey friends, my name is Steve Guttenberg and this is the Audiophiliac Daily Show. And today it is all about topping. And I realized, back in my CNET days, I reviewed a bunch of topping gear. But since I've started this YouTube channel, somehow I just never did. So today I'm going to correct that oversight. And I'm going to review not one, but two, count them, two topping components. But actually they're kind of a match set. So there's the A30 Pro, which is a headphone amplifier. It's $349, available in silver or black. And the matching D30 Pro DAC, which is $400 in silver or black. I think they're very handsome. Maybe topping could be thought of as like the Chinese equivalent of Schiit, S-C-H-I-I-T. Yeah, I could see that. And matter of fact, I compared these two to the Schiit Jotunheim 2, which is a headphone amplifier / DAC. Anyway, I'll get to that later. But the thing is, yeah, I think of them as a match set. I hook them up with balanced cables between the two, the DAC and the headphone amplifier. You can use the DAC, by the way, as a preamplifier because you can have it either have a fixed output level or use the volume control to adjust levels. So you could use it with active desktop speakers or power amp driving speakers. I use it, this combination, strictly as a desktop system. And it worked very, very well. And my source material was Tidal and Qobuz, listening to a lot of high-res files. I'm not the biggest high-res booster or believer, but anyway, I did because they were there, so it's easy to do. And yes, in case you're thinking, if you're a Tidal person, does it have MQA? The answer is no, it does not have MQA. But it does do super high-res to 384 kilohertz sampling and 32-bit. If you can find any files like that, please let me know. I just don't understand this numbers race of having super high-resolution formats playback capability when there's virtually no material available. And in DSD, yes, it does DSD to 256 DSD. Again, what you listen to with 256 DSD, I'm not really sure. I'm not saying there's no music available in these super high formats. I just mean there's not much, and certainly not any that I'm even vaguely interested in. But anyway, just in case it ever comes to pass, the D30 Pro will let you hear the uber high-res music. Me, I mostly listen to essentially CD quality recordings, but if they are on high-res, yes, I do listen to them on high-res. I listen to, well, first I started with my old, practically ancient now, Audeze LCD2 phaser. And, getting reacquainted with that headphone whenever I listen to it, it's like, I really like this headphone. And paired with a good amp and DAC, it can be truly astonishing. So my friend Herb Reiger turned me on to this Arini Agbagan album called Bloom. And it's jazzy, it's ethereal, it's ambient, it's beautiful sounding recording of jazz, new agey, in the good sense of new agey. And it's just a lovely recording. And it melts. It just melted over my ears over the LCD2 phasers. And there's a tactile quality to it, percussion, big drums, piano, Arini's beautiful vocals. It's really wow. It's a wow type of recording when you're in the right mood for this kind of music. And, I'm not looking for headphones or headphone amplifiers or DACs that just scream resolution, like, look at all this detail. That doesn't really do it for me. I want to just feel like the music is there, because live music does not have uber resolution. It's just there, right? So that's what I was getting here with the LCD2 phaser and the topping duo. So I decided to continue with Neil Young with some music from his vast archive set, Volume 2. And one tune really caught my ear, which was Love is a Rose. And Neil's on guitar and vocal and harmonica. And there's a stand-up bass. And it is just beautiful. It feels, I'm pretty sure it's in a studio. I think it sounds live to 2-track. It feels just right there. Very, very pure, very real. And Neil Young, man, especially his acoustic stuff, just floors me. He just, I don't know, he's got some magic in his acoustic life. Anyway, so I'm playing that, and it just sounded so balanced. Everything was clicking, which meant that I could just focus in on Neil's performance. Anyway, so at that point, I decided to break the spell a little bit and go back to the Jotunheim 2. And things got a little bit more uptight. The stage got smaller, the music got a little smaller, and it just seemed more, pardon the expression, digital. So then I continue with some electric stuff. There's this set from Albuquerque. And one of the tunes, one of my favorites, Cortez the Killer, done it a million times. But this particular one, wow, the energy, this is electric, and it was so electric, so biting, just really kind of grab you sound. Harmony singers were beautiful. Everything about it was just coming together, and those LCD2 phasers just let it all through. Just would not hold anything back. I haven't played my AudioQuest Nighthawk headphones in ages. They've been sitting there. I have a lot of headphones, as you may have noticed, right? But I played the Nighthawks through the topping combination. And, well, that headphone has a reputation for being a bit soft and maybe a little too soft. Not here. I felt that, continuing with the Neil Young electric stuff, it had a good sense of energy and bite and rhythm and pace. The music is really exciting, and I was cranking the hell out of it over the Nighthawks. And I was in deep. Now, it's not the kind of detail that I was getting out of the Audezes. No, not quite. But it just worked. It just worked. And those headphones are definitely a lot more comfortable than the Audezes, by the way. Everything about them in terms of the feel of the headphone, the pads, the lightness of it, just a really strong contender. I'm sorry that AudioQuest isn't really continuing with headphones, because they really were very, very special. Speaking of headphones that I have neglected, the Beyerdynamic DT880 Pro. Now I have the 600 ohm high impedance version. I want to see how the topping A30 Pro would handle 600 ohms, no problem whatsoever. And I have to say that some people say that the 880s have a kind of an aggressive, even peaky top end. I did not find that, not at all. And they sounded great. I mean, they're closed headphone or semi-open, but they had this openness that just was gorgeous. And then I was playing the Replacements' Pleased to Meet Me. Oh, what a great band. You know, the Replacements are just so right, you know, of their time. Just this kind of a ultimate garage band to me. Like, you know, they never got to be a big deal. They never were playing stadiums, or I don't think they were. They just seemed like the band. They had great tunes, great arrangements of rock music. Everything just fit so perfectly. And I love all of their records. They're different, you know, over their career arc. But this one, it just puts a smile on my face. And it's the kind of music that I just want to play louder and louder up to a point. And over the DT880s and the topping combination, I had zero complaints. Speaking of complaints, M. Ward's latest record, Think of Spring. Not a good sounding record, not at all. And I believe it was recorded to analog tape. There's tape hiss, which I don't have a problem with, but it's just not a good sounding recording. It is thin, it is aggressive, it is not a pleasant listen. But he's good. I mean, the performances are great. It's really stripped down production, just him on guitar, pretty much. Is that true? I think so, yeah. But anyway, it's not a great sounding recording. But I like the music, so I use it as sort of a test, like, can I listen to this music and still enjoy it even though it doesn't sound so great? And especially with the AudioQuest Nighthawks, I was having no problem, even though I kept thinking, it doesn't sound good, but I didn't care. I didn't care at all. And there's just something about his performances that kind of just win me over because they're so immediate and direct. So the question is sometimes, can you listen to music that doesn't sound all that good? Is it bearable? Is it enjoyable even? And yeah, I think it really was in this combination. So then I decided to shake things up a bit, and I used the D30 just as a DAC with the Jotunheim. In other words, bypassing, not using the Jotunheim's built-in DAC. You know what? The Jotunheim sounded a lot better that way. So maybe my objection here is to the multi-bit DAC that's built into that particular Jotunheim 2. It's one of the options, is what I'm saying. And then the Jotunheim 2 became a much closer competitor to the A30 Pro headphone amplifier, which was interesting. And as I was doing these comparisons, by the way, I was using my Grado hemp headphones, meaning they're made out of hemp wood. And what a great headphone. That's the most recent Grado that I have, by the way. And it has the flat ear pads. And the flat ear pads make the headphone drivers closer to your ears. And it fills out the bass a lot more than the ones with the big bowl-shaped foam ear pads. So anyway, this is a warmer than average sounding Grado, which I like. And it sounded really nice on the Jotunheim with the D30 Pro. Just really nice. Really, really nice. I had a good time. So as I'm rounding the bend here, I'm thinking, yeah, maybe I was a bit harsh on the Jotunheim 2 earlier in this review. But that was the way this review progressed. To finish up, I'm back on the topping duo combination, and I played the Audeze LCD i4 in-ear headphone. Now, it's a very high-end headphone. It's, I think, $2,500. And it is, you know what? It's actually my favorite Audeze of all time. It is just so open, so transparent, so pure. The bass is deep, fast, but it's that incredibly open character of the LCD i4 that just floors me. Every time I listen to it, I think, they really nailed it on this. Really, really nailed it. Now, it's not a closed headphone, so you don't really wear it outside of noisy environments. It's kind of a home in-ear headphone, which is a weird category. But be that as it may, in terms of its resolution, detail, clarity, beautiful mid-range, it's killer. It truly, truly is. And I think the topping duo combination was firing on all cylinders. So speaking of firing on all cylinders, my name is Steve Guttenberg. This is the Audiophiliac Daily Show. If you like what I do here, please, please, please consider subscribing to this YouTube channel. And to do that, you just hit that little button right down there. And when you do, hit the bell so you'll be notified every time there's an amazing new episode. You could also give me a thumbs up. I don't usually ask for that, but I guess I should because I think the YouTube algorithm likes when people do that, so please do. What else? Well, you could check out the Patreon at patreon.com/audiophiliac. And then we got playlists. We got playlists for headphone reviews and electronics reviews and speaker reviews and music reviews, of course. Anyway, I got some other interviews in the works. I'm going to be doing a Brooklyn recording studio that's all analog coming up. Working on that. I'm working on another studio in Manhattan. I got some stories going there. I'm going to see another audiophile very soon who's an architect. Lives in a beautiful space, of course, since he's an architect. So there's lots happening coming up. I'm very excited because I feel like I'm back. I feel like I'm finally back to working in almost pre-COVID levels of energy. So I think that's it. I think we're good. I think my work here is at last complete. Again, thanks for watching, and I really do hope to see you back here again very, very soon. Bye-bye.